The following portion of My Carolina is sponsored by...
Today we are talking about Medicare, with the annual enrollment period having started and how confusing it can be trying to navigate the Medicare system. I'm sure many of our viewers are interested in getting some help along the way. And today we have with us Ken and Amy Schaefer. They're owners of Schaefer Business Associates. They're both local licensed Medicare agents to help us answer some questions. Thank you both so much for being with us today.
Glad to be here.
Well, I'm sure a lot of people have some questions with this process, and you knew that. Why did you get started in this business? Why are you so passionate in helping people along the way?
So when we got married 37 years ago, we wanted to be able to work together and make a positive impact. And so we can do that with insurance, not with our corporate jobs.
Yeah, and we saw seniors out there being taken advantage of. They were getting stacks of mail,
Sure.
gobs of unsolicited phone calls. They were receiving or having to watch commercial after commercial after commercial of professional athletes, paid actors, making promises about plans that they might be able to get that quite literally they weren't going to be eligible for in most cases. And we wanted to be a local resource for them.
So it's so easy to get bogged down with all of this information that probably isn't pertinent. Let's talk about changes. Does everyone need to make a change during the enrollment period? And if so, or if not, what is the timeline?
Sure. I would say everyone should take some sort of action just to understand whether or not it makes sense to make a change for the next year. You know, has their plan changed in a way that's not as effective? Have their health conditions changed that might mean they want to change? Is there a new benefit that might be available to them on the market that maybe their current plan doesn't have? Those could all dictate a change. By the same token, it's not uncommon for someone to look through all that and say, hey, I'm on the right plan, and that's a great answer as well for them.
And for timing, everybody has from now till December 7th to make a change. They can make a second change if they find that they didn't like what they've already done, so they can get another review. And then we encourage them, don't procrastinate.
Yes.
Don't wait till December 5th, because then we're out of time.
Sure.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's so easy to see that date in the distance and not make that change now. And it's very, very crucial that we do this as soon as possible. Well, both of you told us why you started your business and why you enjoy helping people. Why is it so important that we go with a local agency like yourself? And are there any costs associated?
Well, the only thing we ask people to pay us is attention. They never receive a bill from us. Even if we don't help them make a change, there's no charge to them. We get paid by the companies, not by the client.
Yeah, and as local agents, obviously we're not captive. In other words, we're not captive to a specific company, so we can look across a broad range of products, and we can analyze, if you will, what might fit for them. So it might be, you know, we want to look at their doctors, their prescriptions, their pharmacy, their eye doctor, their dentist, you know, what gym they might go to, all sorts of types of things that are going to go into determining whether a solution might be the best fit to, you know, minimize their costs, maximize their benefits. And we also want to build a relationship with them. You know, we don't want to be, you know, here today, gone tomorrow. We want to be able to help them throughout the year. If they give us a phone call, you know, we can sometimes do a three-way phone call with them and a provider or an insurance company to get a question, or maybe it's something that didn't come out the way they thought it was going to be.
Sure.
And even things like take a look at a piece of mail they might have gotten, right? You know, is this junk mail or is this something legitimate that they should be taking action on?
They all look so real. So it's, and, you know, and you're not going to get those kind of answers if you're talking to somebody across the nation on a phone call. So that kind of help definitely helps for sure. Now, I'm sure you see a lot of problems as people are navigating their way through this. What are some of the most common?
Well, the first one is they don't read their annual notice of change, which is a letter from the company talking about changes moving forward, and they can be good or bad. The second one is they don't review their coverage annually, so they make a decision at 65 and let it set until they're 75, and usually your health has changed. And the last one is they don't make sure that their doctors, their pharmacy, their medications all work with the plan next year.
Yeah, and I would add that they also don't sometimes pay attention to who they listen to.
Sure.
You know, we're trained. We have to go through specific education on an annual basis mandated by Medicare. We have to go through certain certifications that are mandated by the companies that we contract with. We're in the market virtually every day working with their clients, working with providers, working with pharmacies, trying to make sure that, again, from a local North Carolina perspective, things work well together. And what happens is they'll get a call from a call center, and yeah, they might have a product, but they really understand the local market. And probably more importantly is a lot of times they might be listening to a brother or a sister or a friend who are very well-intentioned, but it's an opinion based upon their needs versus really understanding how it works for, for everybody in the sense of, what benefits are available. And as an example, maybe somebody has a chronic condition that their sibling maybe didn't have, and as a result, they're qualified for additional benefits that their sibling wasn't. So it's just important to go to somebody who's trained and all that type of thing.
100%. Those are such valid points. Sometimes those intentions that are so greatly advised to somebody aren't always correct. So it's very, very important that we go to someone like both of you who well-trained, know the area, and can personalize what we need at the time that we need it. And that time is now. We can't say that enough. We have until December 7th, but we want to do this ASAP. How do we reach both of you?
Sure. The easiest way is to go to our website. It's www.nextchaptersba, like next chapter of a book, and letters S as in Sam, B as in boy, A as in apple. But really, just give us a phone call. We're a local North Carolina business. It's 919-378-1156.
Thank you both so much for being here. This is all very, very confusing, I'm sure. And then you throw in all those ads, throw in those celebrity endorsements, all of those different things along the way. It makes sense to talk to both of you. So thank you. We appreciate all of your tips. And make sure you get that. You have until the 7th, but do it now.
The preceding was sponsored by